Hi, everybody.
Women should know in their 20s. First, we don't chase men. If you have to chase a man to get him, you're only going to have to keep chasing that man to keep him.
Okay, let me stop the video. You know how I do. I have to give reaction to what she's saying. I might just play the entire thing at the end so you get it without me interjecting. But first of all, she said this is relationship advice for women in their 20s. That tells me that after you pass your 20s, that sometimes it's harder for you to learn what you need to learn. These are things you need to know in the early so you won't make the major mistake that so many women make when they are growing up and have nobody to give them advice. The other thing she says is this: don't chase a man. That's important. Women don't chase men. Just I've told men, do not chase women. Let's continue and hear what she has to say.
Men are naturally programmed to be hunters, and if you're about to take on that role, he's only going to use you. Number two, every man needs to.
Let me stop it again. I'm sorry. But she says something very important. If you're going to chase a man, he is going to use you because he's going to think you're desperate, you want him. So he's going to use you because guess what? You're easy. Remember that, ladies. Do not chase a man. Let him do the chasing. As she said, men are naturally hunters. Let's continue.
Feel needed, and this is something that society today just doesn't understand. Women today want to feel independent. They want to feel like they could do everything by themselves.
Okay, we're going to stop that because I think we missed something and I want you to hear it. She said, men want to feel needed. Let's go back a little bit and see if we could pull that back up and come forward again. And this is very important. And then we're going to stop at this point because she's saying something that's very, very important for you to hear. Let's go.
Number two, every man needs to feel needed, and this is something that society today just doesn't understand. Women today want to feel independent. They want to feel like they could do everything by themselves. They want to split bills on first dates. If this is you, stop it.
Okay, so she said men today need to feel or want to feel needed. She said this is something that society seems to have lost the understanding of. A man wants to feel that you need him. He wants to be able to do things for you as a man should for a woman. This is why the Bible calls a woman the weaker vessel. The man was created to be the husband, to be the housebound, to be the one providing for his wife and family, not the other way around. Not this independence that women seem to think that they have. You're independent of a man. That's why you hear so many women say, I don't need a man. You see, and that is the lie of the enemy. That is not true. And it's mainly black women that we hear saying that. I don't need a man. But women need men to treat them a certain way. Treat them like ladies. Love on them a little bit. Make them feel special. But I don't understand the women of today. Anyway, let's hear what she's saying.
As a woman, I am self-sufficient, not independent, meaning I can take care of myself, but I definitely need my man to provide for me. Compatibility is so much more important than love, and this is something that I personally was never able to wrap my head around as a kid.
Did you hear what she said? Compatibility, sorry, is more important than love. Now that's a thought. Because a lot of people think, well, he make me feel this way. Oh, I just love him. Well, I just love her. But are you compatible? That is a question that I'm asking you. You think about it. Are you compatible? When there is no compatibility, the relationship will not work.
or as a young girl, but now I totally understand. When you meet someone and it's butterflies and it's just the beginning of the relationship, it's easy to get blinded. You think they're so nice and they're so sweet and everything's going great, but you're not really looking at the core values. Do they want kids? Do they want the same future as you? Your futures also have to align, not just the love. Relationship advice every woman should know in their 20s. First, we don't chase men. If you have to chase a man to get him, you're only going to have to keep chasing that man to keep him. Men are naturally programmed to be hunters, and if you're about to take on that role, he's only going to use you. Number two, every man needs to feel needed, and this is something that society today just doesn't understand. Women today want to feel independent. They want to feel like they could do everything by themselves. They want to split bills on first dates. If this is you, stop it. As a woman, I am self-sufficient, not independent, meaning I can take care of myself, but I definitely need my man to provide for me. Compatibility is so much more important than love, and this is something that I personally was never able to wrap my head around as a kid or as a young girl, but now I totally understand. When you meet someone and it's butterflies and it's just the beginning of the relationship, it's easy to get blinded. You think they're so nice and they're so sweet and everything's going great, but you're not really looking at the core values. Do they want kids? Do they want the same future as you? Your futures also have to align, not just the love.
Okay, there we go. Now, there was something that she said that is very, very important. She talked about going on a date and splitting the bill. Now, ladies, it's good to have your money because you never know what a man is up to. You never know what might happen during a date. But if a man asks you out, why in the world would you want to split the bill when he asks you out? Let him pay. It's just simple. You want to be independent. But like I said before, a woman needs a man to treat her a certain way, to do for her. That's why we were created. Men, love your wife. That's what the Bible says. Men love your wives, and it says the wives to submit to their husbands. So, hey, submit. Let the man pay. Ain't no big deal. But always have your money in your pocket, ladies. Okay? Always have your money in your pocketbook or in your purse, whatever it is, just in case something goes south. Okay? There is no independence in this thing. If a man wants a woman, then the woman needs to allow him to do for her as he is supposed to. And this type of advice need to be learned, women, when you're young. Because see, when you make all the mistakes that a lot of women make when they get older, it's much harder. It's much harder to connect. Many of us found the right spouse or found the right, for lack of a better word, well, let's use companion. Found the right companion when we were younger. But guess what? We were too caught up in our own lives. We were too caught up in in having fun and thinking that we're gonna stay young and we're gonna stay vibrant and pretty and attractive and handsome and all the good stuff. Guess what? When you get older, it ain't the same. After you've gone through university, got your degrees and stuff, making your money, it's not the same. Ladies, men are not looking for women that make money. Men are not looking for women that have degrees. Men are looking for women that are not only attractive, okay, but are feminine and ladylike. Knows how to cooperate with a man. Knows how to get on his agenda. And I'm talking about a good man. I'm not talking about some lazy bum, some idiot out there that like to abuse women and the whole nine. I'm talking about a good man. Let's get that straight. Because every man out there is not a good man. As we know, every woman out there is not a good woman. So the thing about it, this is good advice for 2024. Ladies, listen up. Stop going with the trend. If you notice, relationships are not working today. One of the main reasons is Bless you.